Yeah, they just came all the way down the field. They had 7 minutes. They came down and got stopped on the 2-yard line 4 times in a row. Turned the ball over. The Rams just ran it back out to the 17 or 18. They're going to punt it back down. They'll probably get the ball around the 30, maybe inside the 20, based on how the punt goes and which way the wind is going. Because one way the ball carries further and one way it doesn't carry as far because of the wind in the stadium. And I'm not sure which one's kicking in the wind right now. But
greetings, welcome to the table in the tavern, or greetings, travelers, and welcome to the table in the tavern. I am your host, Patrick Leon Jenkins. This stream is powered by W Energy, clean energy. Clean energy with for what do they call it? I never write myself scripts for those things. I need to do that. What was that thing that I wrote? I wrote something one time. You guys thought that was pretty funny. I was like, I can't remember anymore. I have to pull it up. But anyway, W Energy. It's an energy drink, clean energy for gamers. It's supposed to be, it's not no jitters, no whatever. You don't get like the
all natural ingredients,
mutations or whatever. It's more like mind juice, mind battery juice. It's made for gamers.
Mind goblins.
Yeah. I noticed I got a few different referrals on there too, and so I thank you guys. I did leave a link in the description below with my promo code Jenkins10, which will get you 10% off at checkout. But on to the game, as it were, and of course, game going on, so that'll kind of help set the when were we playing. I'll tell you, it was the night that the Los Angeles Rams beat the Bears in the divisional playoffs. That's probably what's going to happen. More than one. Quote me on that, of course. Tomorrow morning, be like, the Bears won, just like they did against Green Bay. Watch.
Go Seahawks.
Go Hawks, right. Anyway, so greetings, travelers, and welcome to the table in the tavern. We're going to go around the virtual table and introduce our cast of merry men. Of course, we've got Cody. Cody's going to be doing the typing tonight. Of course, he's a little vocally challenged this evening, resting his jaw. Continuing on, we have Chris, or Drake. Why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself, Drake's Comics, and of course a little bit about
my name's Drake. I've been playing D&D since the late 70s, early 80s, all the way back with the original game. Been playing with Pat for we figure about 10 plus years now. My character is a half-elf rogue wizard, and he's more of like the tribal type of like frontier kind of guy that's become somewhat of the loyalist in the party, and it's got definitely been on the verge of sacrificing himself multiple times to save different members of the party, and he's in it for the long haul to help his friends through thick and thin.
Indeed.
That's what I got.
Continuing on, we have Gracie, aka Guinevere. Why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself, a little about the character you're playing tonight?
Yeah, so my name's Gracie. I've been playing with Pat for a year now, and it's been a fun year. Here in, I believe Easter will mark 2 years, so that's cool. The character I'm playing tonight, her name is Guinevere, or Gwen, and she's a human fighter paladin, and she, let's just say she doesn't like vampires. Those aren't her friends. So she has a pretty bitter taste in her mouth from that. And just wants to cleanse the land.
Close the line. All right, continuing on, we have Ryan. Ryan wants to tell us a little bit about yourself and a little bit about the character you're going to be playing tonight.
Hello, I am Ryan. I will be playing a little human named Spencer. He is an artificer, and he's very creative with his builds, and he is very devoted to keeping his ship alive, no matter how many times it sinks.
Indeed. All right. So, with that, we come to Scrappy. Last but not least, Scrappy Dappy Doo. Andrew, how about you? Tell us a little bit about yourself and a little bit about the character you're going to play tonight.
Hey, it's your boy Andrew, aka Scrappy Doo. Been around for a hot minute with playing some D&D. Character I will be playing tonight goes by the name of one Chase Pumpernickel Hammonding, who is a fighter that knows his way or two around firearms. And also enjoys a nice cup of coffee and caffeine.
Indeed. Anyway, yeah, okay. I have to remember I have that stuff. Anyway. Sorry, I was fiddling with stuff. So, in order to get started going forward, what is it, Chris? Okay. Ram's probably won the game. Very good. And okay, here we go. Cody. Hello, I'm Cody. I'm retired and have been playing various TTRPGs for 12 years. Been playing with Patrick around a year and a half. Tonight I'll be playing Rogar, a dwarf artificer. One of the last times we played, we had a viewer ask, "How long have we been playing this particular game?" How long would you guys say we've been playing this game, as it were, right
Close to like maybe a year.
now? Has it
I
been
think we're
that
getting
long?
close. I think it's like July, August. It was in the summer, I think, when we started.
Yeah, like I don't think we're like close, but it's creeping up there slowly but surely.
All right, it's been a little while, yeah, for sure. All right, well, last I remember, you guys were at the Mirror Plaza. You guys had learned some cryptic information as normal, and received the book in a compact form, a mirror that you can keep in your handy little pocket or whatever. That is what we're calling that thing, what was it you called it, Gracie? We've been calling it that ever since.
What?
The book.
Oh. I'm starting. Now you're making me think.
Mm.
The tome?
No.
No.
The Chronicle.
No. Well, it is kind of like that's essentially what I called it, was a chronicle, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Anyway, the book that basically tells you all the information about everything. it was basically the chronicle, the chronicle of Thalia, as it were. Okay. And it was turned into a human form that you could communicate with. So you guys did, and of course it went into a mirror that was a little compact that was then given to you. So it went from being a book to an entity that survives in a mirror, no doubt connected, perhaps still to the mirror Plaza itself. Anyway, so the question is, what are you guys going to do next?
I believe now that we have the tome or the book, when we're gonna go look for the steel dragon? Yes, the steel dragon.
Now, I remember you had a couple different things going on where there were these crypts of Amorous that were, some of them weren't open.
But yeah, but I think you said her name was like Lady Vaughn.
Mhm.
If I do remember, you guys can correct me on this. She said that they would worry about the tombs.
Well,
make sure-
she'd worry about the one here. And so there's 3 tombs, okay, that are unsealed. This is kind of information that you guys got from the entity in the mirror, and I'm going to help explain some of that for you guys in layman's terms. Okay, there's three different crypts that are open. One is in Tasmal. Okay, that of course is in the northern lands, beyond the mountains. Okay, and the dead walking there, well, they have an effect on the on everything that's going on in Tasmal. Okay, and in effect, they've been they've their presence in the northern lands of Tasmal are pushing the inhabitants of the northern lands, like the frost giants and creatures like that, down further south. Okay, and so they've kind of been encroaching on more human populated areas, closer to civilization, you know, causing problems. Okay, so the effects, even though the dead aren't like walking free because they're kind of isolated from the frozen north, their presence there is driving different entities south, which is causing problems for the locals. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Yeah, makes sense.
So the Auroria, there's the crypt right there below your feet, underneath the Mirror Plaza, and is controlled by the Mirror Plaza and protected by it. But for how long, who knows? You know, people say that they're still throwing dead bodies in there. She says she's going to put a stop to that, but if you get enough dead bodies in there, eventually they'll have enough to climb out.
To climb out. Yep.
Okay, so and then of course there is in Candor. Okay, and Candor is actually the same place where the steel dragon is. Okay, mind you, and there's a crypt there that is not sealed, and there is a strange presence. Some say there's a community of the dead that seem to be led by some sort of strange entity or architect. Okay. Um, What that means, we'll have to find out. And of course, there is the steel dragon that lies in the lands of Candor. Okay. She can give you some information about that as well. Okay. A little bit, if you like. Your little mirror on your compact, whatever.
Yeah, if we can get some information on the steel dragon.
The steel dragon's mortal name, as you know, steel dragons, they live different lives. Okay. Typically that of mortals. Sometimes mortals that have particularly special lives, they say. So what's special about this farmer in Candor? It's not special, nothing special about farmers, is there? Okay, well, the steel dragon is known as Carl. Okay, that's the guy's name. That's his mortal name, Carl.
Just Carl? Or your last
Carl.
name?
Yeah. Carl, he's the teen son of Carl Lee Stafford Jr. So he's actually Carl the Third. Okay. Carl Lee Stafford Jr. Carl Jr. is his father. He has 3 siblings: Anne, Robert, and Hannah. They are all about the same age. Hannah is the oldest, and Carl, the oldest son, is the second oldest. Carl Jr. Was once a dragoon, legend says, like his father before him. Okay. This is, of course, the Steel Dragon's mortal father. He settled in Candor after his service in Olane had ended, and he used his rank and title, has purchased a lot of land in the western portion of Candor. Okay. Carl Jr. has a noble rank of Earl in the reformed Republic of Candor. Okay. They are said to defy the rule of the Baron of Fala, said to lie to the east of Candor. Carl Jr. is part of a new world order. Carl III is set to inherit the lands of Carl Jr. and be in noble state as well. Carl's Jr. has 6 farms and plantations. He happens to cultivate different crops and different resources, grapes, and so he has a company that makes wine. He produces wine. He's got cotton, of course, uses the product to make fabric and clothing. He has wheat and barley and different crops, and of course tobacco. All these different things he uses as creating revenue. Okay. Carl manages his companies and farms from his quiet home in the country. He has servants attend his home and family, as well as employees that work the land. Okay. So he actually lives at a vineyard. His vineyard. Okay. Amass all these different plantations and different farms that he owns. Okay. So yes, he's a farmer, but not just any farmer. Okay. He's actually in rural. And one that apparently is part of the new Republic of Candor.
Nice.
So perhaps Carl, this steel dragon, is going to have some sort of life as a noble. Okay. But can you pull him away from that to help you in your quest?
For sure.
So yeah, what do you guys want to do?
Do we want to go on a field trip to Candor?
I mean, while we're here, we still have a well that needs to be sealed.
Yeah, we have to go back down in the crypt and seal it.
Yep.
So